Okay, let's look at some search phrases. So search phrases are words or phrases, so like a group of words that people enter into search engines. Now the goal for us when we do search engine optimization is to rank well for as many search phrases as possible. We use the example of skateboard. Now you might go, well, if we type in skateboard as one word, it comes up really well. But what about skating? How does that rank? What about skateboard as a two separate words? Skateboard. So if you're running a skateboard shop, you want to think about, well, what would people be searching for? What are these search phrases or search terms that people are going to put in to Google or other search engines when they want to buy the products that we have? Now, a ranking of 1 means that it's the top organic search result for that search phrase. Now, most traffic comes from the first page of the search engine results page. And so what we want to do is develop a list of search phrases. Now, in here I've got, if we just search for the word search phrase, the number 1 result is from university explaining what search phrases are, which kind of makes sense because if you're looking for search phrases, that's going to explain what search phrases are. So I think that'd be ranking quite reasonably well. Now, search phrases. So the choice of targeted search phrases should be based on 4 key factors, right? And we want to do this when you do digital marketing. You want to think about what your search terms are, what your key phrases are, what your search phrases are going to be when you design the website. Now, so you want to be relevant to the search intent. So are they searching for skateboards because they want to purchase skateboards, or are they searching for skateboard or skateboarding because they want to watch professionals actually doing skateboarding and view the entertainment? Or what's the intent? Why are they searching for that one? Number 1 is traffic. You might go, and I've had this when I've talked to when I've done research. They go, I'm ranking number 1 in my search area when you type in this very exact search phrase, and I'm like, well, but how many people are actually typing that exact search phrase into Google? It's very specific search phrase. It's got the name of your business in there, right? So you might think you're ranking well, but your search phrases are so specific, it doesn't get very much traffic. The third one is competition. If you type in digital marketing, that obviously has a lot of competition for it because there's a lot of digital marketers selling their services for search engine optimization that know how to do search engine optimization. So sometimes the competition is surprisingly scarce, and there's people they're just not doing search engine optimizations. And it might not be that there's not much competition in the market, but just those people in the market aren't using search engine optimization. And then number 4, your current ranking. So how much do you have to lift to get to first page or number 1 rank? So you might select a search term or a search phrase where you're currently ranking on page 4, which is pretty much, really bad. Like no one's going to go to page 4 to search, or I shouldn't say no one, but very few people are going to go to page 4 to actually find your business. So you've got a long way to go. Whereas if you're on page 2, you might have less to go, or if you're on like number 1 page, but you want to get higher. So that makes a difference as well. So let's have a look at this as we go forwards. So first of all, let's focus on the relevance of intent. So relevance of search intent is the most important consideration for search phrases. And this is Google's job then when we as consumers punch in words into search engine, we expect Google to know what we're looking for, all right? But Google's just got a couple of words and they're like, well, based on those words, and we know about cookies now and your relevant search history, what you've been doing in the past, what are you most likely looking for? So capture the keywords that customers are likely to use for search for the products that offer. And the better you can match that, the easier it will be to get your search engine optimized. So traffic is the number of people using the search phrases on the search engine. Try to select phrases that have higher traffic. And this makes sense because the more traffic, so the more people that are searching those terms, the more traffic there is, the more likely to get more people going to your website. Google provides this data for trending search. The data is available for specific search phrases. You can also get the Google Keyword Planner and the Google Search Console. I want you to do these exercises in the workshop, but you have to sign in You have to log in with a Google Analytics account or a Google Business account to be able to do all this stuff, which isn't a problem for most people, but it gets a little bit techy and a little bit specific to Google as we go along. But definitely, if you've got the time or if you're interested in digital marketing, go further, set yourself up with a Google account, and spend some time with the Keyword Planner and the Google Search Console, because it's going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to actually doing it. So I'm giving you the theory how it works. When you actually come to do it, you use the Google tools, it's going to be easier. Now, the words that were trending last year in Australia, overall throughout the world was, oh no, this is Australia, sorry, they do world one as well, but just in Australia it was Wordle, which is like that game where everyone's got to guess the word, stupid thing. The Australian Open, World Cup, Shane Warne, for some reason, I don't know why that's up there, and Ukraine, right? So that breaks it down. So overall, in Australia, these are the ones. But you might go, well, what about for specific, types? So people searching for news, what's the number one? And unsurprisingly, that's Ukraine. What about sport? The Australian Open. So it helps us to understand what people are looking for, and the number of people that are looking for that. Now, for competition, other businesses may also be targeting the same search phrases for search engine optimization. Consider the ranking of these websites and the quality of their search engine optimization. Like, do you have a chance, and how much effort are you going to have to put in to contest those keywords to get to the top spot? A good ranking with poor SEO could indicate an opportunity to take that rank. And I really want you to think about that. So if one of your competitors is ranking well, but they don't have good search engine optimization, it's ripe for the taking, right? So you go, well, it makes sense to invest in search engine optimization to take that number one spot. They might counter, but if they're not investing in search engine optimization, it might be because, well, no one else is, so why should they? Or they just might not know. They might not care about it. Now, smaller websites are more likely to have success targeting more specific phrases with less competition. And as a key note, search engine optimization used to be really effective, a few years ago, but now more and more people are doing it. It gets more and more competitive. So it's not so easy to get that advantage, because if your competitors are doing it, then if you're the only one doing it, it's easy to get that advantage. But if your competitors are doing it as well, then you have to be better than them. All right, current rankings. So existing websites that rank well are typically striving for better rankings. Right, so the skateboard shop, those ranked really well. They're probably getting a lot of business through their website. That's probably a key part of their business model. So they're prepared to invest a lot of money, a lot of effort into their search engine optimization. I don't know that, but from the information that we've seen, from the look of their website and the way that they're doing search engine optimization, that makes sense, all right? So if you're going to start up a skateboard shop, you need to know, well, they got that, they're currently ranked as number one. They're ranking really well. They're probably going to put a lot of effort into holding that. So you think, well, where are we currently ranked, and how's that going to influence our search engine optimization? Many businesses invest into SEO, selecting search phrases that have impact. So if you can't get skateboard, think about what else could you do, like a location base, so skateboard Launceston, skateboard Tasmania, skating, like what other things could you target? All right, now we want to do keyword mapping, talk about that. So search engines calculate the relevance to a web page rather than a website. And a lot of people don't understand this because they think search engine optimization is for their whole site. So one page within your website might be getting rankings that the other pages in your website don't. So now that we know this, we sort of want to map out and go, well, which parts of our website, which pages within our website are going to target different words. So we map the target words to a website and consider creating web pages within the website for specific keyword search phrases. Excuse me. So the home page might be targeting the main word, but you might have a specific pages in there targeting specific products or sub-products. Now we want to avoid cannibalization. So if we cram skateboard into every single page on our website, the search engine won't know which it doesn't know how to determine the relevance. So then it just spreads the number one rank or the relevance across all of those pages. So they're basically cannibalizing each other. So be clear, go, this is the purpose of this particular web page or in the website, and focus on those keywords. All right, that brings us to the quality websites. I'm just going to pause the recording and we'll talk about that next.